What up? What up? Fantasy football hustler back at you. We are bringing you fantasy news today. We got the Thursday crew here. Well, we'll minus a couple people, but you already know Bogard Scott Free's in the building, repping the GMM Network.
Yeah, and I got the meatball with me.
There we go. Star of the show. All right. So we got so many different random things to talk about. And really, it's all practice news. I mean, there's nothing. Yesterday was a lot of shockers. Today is all just practice news getting us over to Friday. How about some things just in case you didn't catch it yesterday? AJ Green is on COVID reserve. That was one of the things that was like right at the end of the show yesterday. And also some yesterday news. Justin Herbert was limited because of a right hand injury. It's all the West Coast peeps. Sometimes we don't hear about them on the show. So we'll start it off with that. But let's get into your favorite player, OBJ. And you guys know I'm joking about that because he hates OBJ as a player anyways, because he's questionable in life. Yeah. He got excused again his second day at practice. And so a few teams have been sniffing around OBJ, according to some sources. And but according to OBJ, he is willing to return to the facility, rejoin the team and everything. He's just waiting for the call.
I think this is just his PR telling him the right thing to say because he don't want to be with that team. He has a problem in life, right? And then as well as the problem with Baker and all this. And he obviously complains to his pops because, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and to be someone like OBJ, I don't, you know, who does, I assume have mental health issues. It's probably a lot to deal with. You know what I mean? Being like a quote unquote superstar, a polarizing player, but only made the playoffs one time. You know what I mean? And then after when they lost that game to Green Bay, he was like banging his head on a concrete wall. Like this guy he got issues, man. And I think him saying that he wants to come back and he's ready to play and this, that, and the third, that's just so other teams can be like, he's a team player. You know what I mean? Because and he's lucky Jarvis Landry, his best friend in the world, is on that team. Because if not, I bet you everybody's talking hella shit. You know what I mean?
Probably be wilding out a lot more. Yeah, knowing that he's a really good friend. I mean, yeah, best friend, pretty much. It's going to be hard to talk shit behind someone's back if you know that.
He walks in the room, hey, what y'all talking about?
Nothing. Start talking baseball because some squares coming around. All right. I guess yesterday, another LA thing, Stafford and Woods, they missed practice, back and foot injuries. Wednesday practice, though. So we'll hopefully we get some news about this by the end of the show. We got some Panthers news, though. So Matt Rule, he says, we're not sure what the status is of Darnold right now. He was limited in practice. It's Thursday, though. I mean, I feel like if they don't know if he's going to clear protocol by Friday, it's probably looking like he's not going to play.
Well, that's usually he can still play. It's usually the Saturday when the Saturday is the last day to get cleared by the league, neurologist. But the fact that he hasn't been cleared by the team neurologist and not getting in the limited, that's what is worrisome. And I mean, I still don't think against the Patriots, who are very well coached for the most part, I still don't think the PJ Walker experiment is going to be a successful one. You know what I mean? And I think it'll be just as bad as Darnold starting against the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, you're hoping that he just that he really just starts running with the ball and keeps a high floor because of running. But I don't even know if that's going to be his game. Yeah, either way, it's not going to be a good game. We shall see. And yeah, Saturday really is the last chance for them to get him off that the concussion protocol. And Prince Jay said, I got some lineup questions. You think he'll answer them? So yeah, we're taking lineup questions more towards the end of the show. We're talking about all the news first, and then we'll be doing that towards the end. If you got any questions you want answered right now, just leave it in as a super chat. We'll get to you guys right now. All right. And then, we don't get to use this drop too much, so let's get it in. Terrace Marshall finally off the injury report, out of concussion protocol. So let's see if he mixes in anywhere there this week. And then Christian McCaffrey practicing.
Wow. He's practicing.
All we know as of now is he's out there practicing.
I still don't think he plays yet. I mean, they haven't even removed him, right, from the IR.
Right, he's still on IR. He's designated, like they're saying that he should come off of IR this week, but they haven't made it official yet.
So how about this? Sam Darnold might not play because if the team neurologist took that long to clear Terrence Marshall, you know what I mean? Because that was like 3 weeks ago, bro. You know
I mean, he did get smacked, though. Like, he got smacked into 3 weeks later, pretty much.
Yeah, that is true.
But, I mean, it's better. You know, it's better to have these guys waiting an extra week than coming back and getting hurt and ruining their brain for the rest of their life. So at least they're doing that. At least they're making things a little bit safer. Hopefully, if that is even possible. Some Cowboy news. We got a grip of Cowboy news. Okay. We'll start off with some good news from Dak. So he full participant in practice, or at least he was expected to be. Said he had 2 good days of practice and pretty much on the path to playing as of right now, from what everything seems as far as his practice goes so far.
I like it. CeeDee Lamb, you know, he popped up on the injury report middle of the week, sprained his ankle in practice.
Yep.
He's out there limited, so that's a good sign.
Same thing with Amari Cooper, limited, saying that his hamstring's getting better every single week. He tweaked it this past week in that big performance.
That's a hamstring he's been nursing since before the season started. So, you know, that's just one of those things. Like, always remember, them hamstring injuries, they're nothing to play with. We're 8 weeks into the season, and he suffered another setback.
Yep. So, I mean, at least he's out there a little bit.
And
let's see what else we got. Blake Jarwin missed practice for the Cowboys, saying it's looking unlikely that he's even going to play. And then how about Michael Gallup getting back to practice finally? And so they gave some clarification on last week because he did come back to practice last week. They said they wanted to see him get through a full week and then reevaluate him before they decide if he's ready to go or not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just excited when he's on the field because, like, that's a guy that's I love contract year guys. You know what I mean? And you know, so I'm excited to see him get back on the field. He gets like like the lesser quality coverage just for the likes of the other receivers on the field with him.
Oh yeah, definitely. So if he's available in your league, go pick him up. Might be more of a stash, but sounds like he's getting close to playing. So whether it's this week or next week, either way, you want guys like that who are tied to a good offense. And all it's going to do is free up CD and Amari from some extra double teams as well.
Jefferson or Michael Gallup?
Because of what I've seen, I'm going Van Jefferson as of right now. But shit, my answer could change really quickly after the first Gallup game that we see, especially since it's going to be Dak who's throwing him the ball.
I mean, Van Jefferson, the reason I'm asking is because I was just looking at Van Jefferson before I went running errands earlier. 14% of the target market share on the second most passing team. It's pretty. That's very, like, you know, useful. You know what I mean?
All you want is volume, and yeah, just like you said right there, 14% of the second highest passing team. Like that's some money you want to get attached to right there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who else we got here. Okay, so the Bears. All right. David Montgomery going to return from IR and is supposed to practice today. This was a few hours ago, so I didn't see that he did not practice, so I'm assuming he did practice. And Nagy already came out and said, Monty, primary guy. Herbert will still get some opportunities, though. So it's not going to be 100% to 0. Might be an 80-20 split, 70-30. What do you think? How's this going to play out?
My bad. I kind of zoned out because I was thinking of all the Monty I have and now I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to drop someone to pull him out of IR in hella leagues. And I've got quite fond of my waiver wire pickups. You know what I mean? But what do I think is I mean, it's against the Steelers. It's a Monday night. It's something that's gonna be tough to wait on, right? And I mean, today is their Wednesday.
Yep.
Monday night game. So, you know, we should know. I mean, if he's getting in a full practice on a Saturday, more than likely he's in. You know what I mean? I mean, it's been a long time, 5 weeks.
Yep. He has to be full on Friday. That's the only way that I will say start David Montgomery. That's why. Sorry. Yeah. Saturday. He's got to be a full go on Saturday, or I'm going to tell everybody to sit him because it's a 50-50 shot at that point.
It's the Steelers. And I know the Steelers had a little hiccups against, some of these teams like the Seahawks. They had a drive where they ran it 80 yards down on them. You know what I mean? But that was it for the whole game. You know what I mean? So there has been some little hiccups, but it's a good run defense.
Definitely. And then, I guess I should have mentioned this part first. I guess we'll see how this changes the narrative this week. But Matt Nagy, he is back in person after being gone and only there during for Zoom meetings and just digital kind of digital conversations and stuff. So I'm curious to see. I know they're playing the Steelers, but I'm curious to see if they go back to looking booty with Nagy back, or if they just leave Nagy out of the play calling and, that kind of stuff.
Well, Nagy, that's another one of those guys. He walks into the room. Hey, what y'all laughing about? You know what I mean? Everyone just gets quiet. You know what I mean?
Everyone starts talking about baseball.
Right? Because this dude, that guy's a clown. You know what I mean? Smokey had he was a spitting image of him for Halloween with the clown mask. It's just, and you know what, Nagy, if I'm Nagy, I bet you, well, first of all, I don't want to be Nagy, but I bet you Nagy's like, they can't win without me.
What did you see the tweet? Clock management was the reason why I saw it. He retweeted it, and then I saw it. But the tweet was like, I have no idea why the team did so much better this past week than in weeks before.
Wow. I don't think he realizes he's the coach. He probably thought it was a bye week. It was my bye week. That guy's an idiot.
Yeah. Just every ounce of that word too. And last piece on the Bears is no change to Khalil Mack's status as of right now. And we know that their defense needs someone like him. So we'll be checking back tomorrow to see if he gets into limited practice or not, but not sounded good for him as of right now. And I just got another little piece of news right now. So CD Lamb, he did not practice.
Okay. So
today.
The limited. Okay. Damn. That sucks.
Yeah, did not. So we're getting the official practice reports coming out now, not just the beat reporters.
It is Thursday, so there's still some hope.
Oh, yeah. If he gets into limited practice tomorrow, I mean, that's really all you need from a wide receiver, of his caliber. And then Dak, officially upgraded full participant today. And it's the first time in 3 weeks that he's been a full participant in practice.
He's doing the Shakira hips thing again.
Yep. Another piece of news that just came in like a few minutes ago, Taysom Hill, full go at practice. Pretty much the first time he's been a full go since he got smacked a couple weeks ago. Like, same thing with him. He's been on this for like 3 weeks, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, the case, he had a severe case of the dizzies.
Yep. So Taysom Hill, more than likely going to be the guy. I mean, if you really need him, pick up Simeon just in case if you got an extra spot, because we have no idea, but it's looking like he's trending in the right direction. Shout out to everyone leaving comments. Don't worry, I'm going to be getting to everyone's comments real soon here. And let's see what else we got here. So real quick, anyone who's dependent on Jalen Reagor finally got back to practice after missing yesterday's practice. Kyler Murray not practicing, second straight day. DeAndre Hopkins not practicing either. This is more of a Friday story because guys like this can miss practice and they could show up, be full on Friday and be good to go. So we won't even spend time on that. How about for the Packers? Good, at least the only piece of good news that we're getting out of the Packers so far is that Devontae Adams is back. He has not cleared the protocol yet 100%, so I'm not sure exactly what he needs to do, but we should find out today or tomorrow if he's 100% good to go.
Well, I don't know if it's the 10 days yet, but they said I read he was back in the facility, whatever that means. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. So that's all that they confirmed is that he's back. It was last Monday that he went on it, so I'm assuming we're at the 10th day, like right now. So What up, Joseph? What's going down, bro? Triple X Lex in the building. What up, Antonio? There you go. Hit that like so Hustler can hit the pipe. Let's get it. All right. Let's see. Okay. For the Bills, got some issues for the Bills right now. Cole Beasley didn't practice, second straight day. Dawson Knox didn't practice, so I know we were hoping that we were getting him back this week. Not sure. Tomorrow's practice is going to be super important. Emmanuel Sanders did not practice, but they said his is just a rest day, so good to go there. But Jordan Poyer added to the injury report today. First day that he's on it, didn't practice. It might have been something that he did in practice yesterday. We hate when we see guys come up on the injury report on Thursday.
I like it. Dan Arnold time.
I mean, I love Dan Arnold. I mean, whether Jordan Poyer's there or not, I think Dan Arnold's still going to be getting his.
Yeah, he's just going to get I think if I remember correctly, it was like 21% of target market share. That's like an Andy Reid level target market share for tight ends. You know what I mean? I love that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And well, since we're talking about the Jags game, let's talk about James Robinson. He did not practice again. He's someone who could get in a limited practice on Friday and still play, but they already talked about not rushing him back. So if you got James Robinson, you better go get Carlos Hyde. You better go get some other option just in case. Do it right now, because if you wait until the news is official that he's not playing, someone else might beat you to the jump. So make sure you go get on that right now.
I got a few James Robinsons, and I'm about to throw in Derek fucking Gore.
Yeah,
we're doing ugly.
It is ugly right now. It is definitely hard out here for a pimp. You already know.
Hell yeah.
How about some good news for your 49ers real quick? Elijah Mitchell back at practice. Trent Williams back at practice.
Woo!
Debo, though, started practice on a bike. So I don't know if this was like the beach cruiser and he was just rolling in, about to snatch some chains.
Nah, just took somebody's bike. That was definitely not his bike.
So we shall see. Debo's a guy who Wednesday and Thursday practice like literally mean nothing for a guy like him. And Don, shout out to Don. He said, "What up? Good to see you guys. Y'all got the cutest kids. Be proud." 420. Thank you. Stars of the show right there. That's for sure.
Yeah, my son is so cute while he annoys me right now. I'm like, every time it's my turn to talk, he starts trying to ask me stuff. Like, hold on. Look, he's doing it again right now.
Oh, another one of Bogard's favorite players, Russell Gage. When asked if he's playing this week, he says, "I'm feeling good and I'm ready to roll."
Fire up Taji Sharp.
I picked up Taji Sharp everywhere.
Russell Gage is not. Here's my thing with Russell Gage. It's just everyone chases that one big game. You know what I mean? And even now, he had that one game back against the Dolphins where he had the big touchdown pass. So people are just going to always start him. You know what I mean? And good luck with that.
Yeah, you got to have no other options if you're going to start Russell Gage, in my opinion. Taji Sharp, he's going to be that dude. I already know. He is going to be that dude. All right, let's see. What else we got here? Okay, so for the Texans, Brandon Cooks, Danny Amendola are practicing, so that's some good news for them. And the Texans have also made it official and said Tyrod Taylor is the QB1 for Sunday's game versus the Dolphins.
Tyrod Taylor or Jordan Love?
Jordan Love, mainly because of Devontae Adams, and you're going up against the Chiefs. I think I'm going to start Jordan Love over a lot of guys who are like, past QB 15, 16. When we start getting past, into the bottom half of the QBs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually, what's funny? Like places I'm starting Derek Gore or Jordan Love, it's like, it's really ugly, but it's a ton of fun.
Because when you hit, I guess if it's a guy like that, I get mad if they get, less than 5. Anybody, I'll get mad. But it's almost like you're taking that dart throw. And if it hits, it's like the best feeling in the world.
Right?
Like I could still remember 2 years ago. We're talking go 2 years ago, and I remember hitting on Demarcus Robinson when he wasn't a thing, and it was like Mecole Hardman was out, and like something. There was a couple things that lined up to where
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek is the
there you go.
Week 1 against the Jags. Sammy Watkins goes crazy, 3 touchdowns, but then Tyreek Hill gets hurt that game. Then for 2 weeks straight, Demarcus Robinson's going ham. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Mr. Grapefruit, that Dearness hit was nice. Hell yeah. And these type of players are literally going to be there every single week. We just got to find them. So that's why we got to make moves every single week.
Yeah. Like this week, there's like, for example, plug Dan Arnold, for example.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm so big on I've been huge on I talked about when Dan Arnold went over there that he was going to be a thing with Trevor because Trevor was throwing the ball to O'Shaughnessy so much. That was his favorite target.
Yeah. And then, it's just natural that a rookie QB leans on the tight end. And then, they go in and then they, you knew we were going to use Arnold once they traded for him because it's not like just we need depth. Like, no, we need a guy that we can plug right in. You know what I mean? And he got on the field that game and got a red zone target. So, the tight end landscape's so bad. You know what I mean? That's like we're excited about motherfuckers like Dan Arnold.
You got to be ahead of the curve too. Like, here's what happened in one of my leagues. I should have played Dan Arnold last week, but I started Mo Alley Cox. Some bullshit. So Dan Arnold plays the 1 o'clock game, or at least second half games for you guys who aren't on the West Coast. I picked up Dan Arnold before he played that game to lock him in for this week because I already knew there's no way I'm starting Mo Alley Small Cox again.
Yeah. I mean, the touchdown streak had to end, right?
Yeah, for sure. Can't go on forever. Ooh, here's a good one. Triple X Lex, pick up Sharp and drop Ayuk. What do you think about that, Bogard?
Drop who?
Pick up Tajay Sharp and drop Ayuk.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it. You know what I mean? Like, we're past the halfway point. It's been about 3 weeks now since the Colts game. Like, and then when I knew the weather was going to be bad since that 49er Colts game, I was like, okay, so it's been almost 3 weeks now that like Ayuk is just a guy you can drop. You know what I mean? And theoretically, this is a game that you could maybe start him, but he's already dropped past deep league play. You know what I mean? He's just a guy I'm not starting.
You really need some pieces. I mean, and even George Kittle being out, that's not even enough of a piece for him to be startable. It would have to be Debo not playing, like something like that, where at least for me anyways. And Tajay Sharp, he could be the number one. He could lead the team in targets. I mean, I think it's going to be between him and Pitts.
Yeah. I mean, plus the snap counts were there. You know what I mean? No one likes Russell Gage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we know Matt Ryan. He's going to survey the field and find the open guy. And Tajay Sharp, he's a good route runner. He's been getting open.
This week somewhere, Matt Ryan. Did I read that somewhere?
That what?
Was Matt Ryan on the injury report this week?
Not that I saw. I'll go check right now, but I didn't see anything come through.
Yeah. Okay. No, then don't you worry about it. It was Matt Stafford. Never mind.
Yeah. It was Stafford. Talked about him a little bit earlier. All right. Let's see. And there we go. Trips. Get Tajay. There we go. Hell yeah. We're going to be getting some people's questions really soon here. Just got a couple more pieces of news. And let's see. So Noah Fant. Okay. For the Broncos. So he is vaccinated. I guess he didn't lie about it like Rodgers. And they said that he can return with 2 negative tests, but he still hasn't tested negative yet.
Man, that's so crazy. I don't even want that on the field, man.
Right.
Don't risk spreading. We don't want the NFL outbreak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't want it. Contain this thing. Keep him in. He's not playing. How about that?
And it's crazy because we all have different versions of this, but I think their rules towards vaccinated players is why we're getting more of a spread, especially as of right now.
Good point.
But we'll never really know, but that's just what I'm thinking. Yeah, and there you go, JC Money Design. Albert O, I picked him up in a league where I played 2 tight ends, and he's hitting my starting lineup for sure this week.
He knows how to wait, hold on. I missed the comment. Did he spell the whole name out or just put
Albert? No. He just put Alberto.
Because I was gonna say, I wonder if he knows how to spell it because he knows how to pronounce it. You know what I mean?
I forget who pronounced it and who said it perfect. I cannot remember.
I know Jay Love can pronounce every single name ever.
Well, it was someone who was on this show. It was recently. It was like a day or two ago, but I can't remember who said it. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
I don't know if he can spell it, but he sure as hell can pronounce it. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. We're not in a spelling bee contest here. All right. Last piece of news is coming out of the Giants camp. And so Barkley, McKinney, they're both still out of practice. So their first 2 tests were positive. Here's everything now. Okay. They made it a little bit more clear. So their first tests were positive. Okay. And then their next test was negative. So they're thinking that it was a false positive. They still got to be tested today and tomorrow to be able to clear. And so they said that Barkley is not ruled out, but he's still got the ankle issue and he hasn't practiced all week. He's not getting his treatment, stuff like that. So it's just looking like it's very unlikely.
Yeah, he's not finna play. I mean, like, they got the bye week next week too. You know what I mean? And here's another thing. How come the NFL got billions of dollars and like you can't just get like some state-of-the-art testing? You know what I mean? Like, what is it? Is it the one where they spit in the cup? I mean, what are they doing here? You know what I mean?
No idea. Yeah, we need to go back to the Hard Knocks from last year to kind of see what kind of shit that they were doing. Because last year, half of that show was just like all the COVID like protocols and shit that they were going through.
Man, anytime I've got COVID tested, it was the one where they take the Q-tip and they stab you in the brain, bro. And that's how you know it's working.
Yeah, if you feel your brain, if you feel it way up here, you feel some things moving around. Yeah, you know that it's working.
Yeah.
And then, so Kenny Gallaudet, he has risen.
Oh my God, they killed Kenny.
He has risen. He's participating in drills for the first time since he hurt his knee.
You know what? This will be the last time he practices before the next time he hurts his knee.
He stays hurt, man. If you have Kenny Gallaudet, I think we already talked about dropping him, but if you have him, would you just hope for him to play this week? Like
he's a bye week guy.
Well, would you try? Is he someone that you drop? If you've been holding him, would you drop him to pick up a guy like Tajay Sharp or, one of these guys who might still be out there? Or would you play him in hopes that he does okay to where maybe you could trade him away?
In redraft, you can't tell someone that they shouldn't drop Kenny Gallaudet because what's the argument? Hey, man, look at what he's done for you. You know what I mean? He's done nothing. So, you know what I mean? Like, you can't fault anyone for letting go. I commend them for holding on this long. After 3 weeks and he got injured, I was like, cut him. I was like, we've seen this before. And, like, it's another one of those cases. Never had no training camp with him because he was hurt. You know what I mean? No preseason games with him because he was hurt. So there was zero rapport. He also could tell that he didn't like Danny Dimes neither. Because, that the one or two games he did play, there was where they would pan over to them and they would be arguing. You know what I mean?
That's one of those ones. The grass is greener on the other side, because as much as he wanted to get out of Detroit, he didn't know that that Stafford wasn't going to be there. Like, he didn't know that shit. But yeah, playing with Stafford your whole career, like even on a trash ass team, at least you still got like a really good QB throwing you the ball.
You had a 1,000-yard season. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine like if he would have re-signed and then Stafford gets traded away, signed a 3-year deal or something like that, and then Stafford gets traded away and you get Jared Goff?
Man. You know what's funny is I probably would have been stronger on Gallaudet this year, though. I probably would have been about Gallaudet.
Oh, well, even with you mean with Goff coming over?
Yeah, like just being in the same situation, but new quarterback, new system, but still like being, with Anthony Lynn coming in there and knowing the pedigree of receivers he's had, like a Mike Williams or a Keenan Allen, and here now he has Kenny Gallaudet. I would have been excited for the value that we got from him because nobody was drafting him, before the 5th round. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, and then because him landing on the Giants, I was like, fuck that. I'm just not even gonna touch that. And I did actually have a few Gallaudet shares. One I traded away, and then another one I just dropped. I was like, fuck him. Let someone else. And you know what's crazy? Still out there on the waivers. Everybody knows Bogard put the landmine out there. Don't pick it up. You know what I mean?
The only places that I have him, it was the very, very early dynasty leagues where I have him. Like, he hadn't even moved yet, hadn't re-signed the deal or anything. And I got him in like the 10th or 11th round, like not knowing he was going to the Giants at that point yet, just still thinking he could be with the Lions. Stafford's still there, and all that. And I'm glad I don't have him anywhere else, but we might be seeing the end of an era for him. I mean, he just can't get right health-wise. And
the era as in, oh yeah, I know what era he's in. The era that never was. We will have fond memories of what he could have, of us talking about what he can be.
Uh-oh. Antonio picked up a landmine. He said, I picked up Gallaudet in Stu's league this week.
Was that the I dropped him? No, I definitely didn't have him in Stu's league, but yeah, man. I mean, listen, it's a good pickup. If you're able, anybody who's holding on to Gallaudet right now, they've been able to do their thing without Gallaudet. So what's the difference between having him or not, right? So if you do have him and there's no one you can pick up to better yourself, just hold on to him, because it's just like Allen Robinson right now. You can't start these guys, but if they start to bubble, maybe you have a trade piece, or maybe even just have a guy you're like, all right, now I'm brave enough because of what they've been showing me recently that I can start him.
Yeah, and I got Kenny Gallaudet and Allen Robinson in some dynasty leagues, and like I gotta play him. Like, I literally got nobody else. Like, guys who are competing with them for a starting spot on my team, or guys who may get one or two catches. And I mean, if they're lucky.
And I swear to God, I'm going on week number 3 of not starting the one Allen Robinson share I had. Right, it's in that Tyrannosaurus Flex League. So here I am. It's been 3 weeks. This is gonna be the 3rd week I'm not starting him, and like I swear to God, every week I don't start him, he's gonna blow up. I swear it. Even though he hasn't yet, I just feel it's coming.
Well, yeah, because he can't go the entire season without one blow up game. All right, before we get into everyone's questions, got to talk about a sponsor of the show. You guys are gonna love this. Daily Fantasy. I know you guys are daily fantasy nerds out there. If you're not, you're about to become one, because I got a dope new site. You can play for free. It's legal in all 50 states. That is the dope thing about it. And the way they're able to do that is because of their subscription model. It is super awesome. It is really inexpensive. You guys need to go get on this right now, because Thursday Night Football is happening. Okay, you got to go get in your contest before Thursday night games. I'm putting the links in the chat here. Bogard, if you're on the GMM Network watching right now, Bogard will have his link for you very soon here. And the link is also...
I'm going through a very annoying verification process. I'm in the system. They just don't... Listen, I'm a man of many faces, many hats. So I guess that they're just verifying me. It's taking a fucking long time.
So that's super easy. All these contests are super easy. Think about like DraftKings. You pick 5 players. Like, same thing. In this league, it's called a champion. No salary caps, though. You can literally pick anyone you want. Check out this. We're going to go on a quick commercial break. Check out Super Draft Pro. We'll be back here in a second.
In a world where hope was fading and isolation was growing between friends, family, and fun, and people began to yearn for a better way to earn.
Okay, we've had enough drama in recent history. It's time to reconnect, kick off the game, and play to win cash and prizes. Superdraft Pro is the official fantasy partner of Caesars Entertainment. Yes, that's Caesars. This isn't your grandmother's bingo night. Imagine the exciting chance opportunity of Las Vegas, only bigger, in the palm of your hand. And imagine the energy of the crowd and the love of your favorite game, connecting you and literally every single person you know playing daily fantasy sports, all while getting paid. This is Superdraft Pro, and you can stop imagining. Experience it for yourself. Simply download the Superdraft app and sign up by creating an account. Be a player, or be a coach building teams of players with a range of membership packages that suit your level of interest. And guess what? We know, and you probably know too, that this is a multi-billion-dollar industry with roughly 60 million people playing in North America alone. So, what's new or different about the SuperDraft Pro that's actually a game changer? That's an easy answer. And I literally mean easy. The SuperDraft app is super user-friendly, so playing is easy. So when you play, your chances to win can be easier than other traditional fantasy sports games. It's also set up to level the playing field with our exclusive patent-pending games, which allow you to pick the players you like and the players you trust. This is your draft, your way. See? This really is changing how the game is played. And it's even a game changer for business, because not only can you get paid to play, you can get paid when other people play when you become a SuperDraft promoter by sharing the app. Making money doesn't have to be a grind. Turn your business based at home into your home-based playground, getting paid to play, having fun, wherever you are. Because this virtual model is high speed and low drag, SuperDraft Pro plans to eventually capture the imagination of the world by going global with a simple, proven business that never sleeps. Join the fun. Play, get paid, and tell everybody. Download the SuperDraft and Sportsbook app today. Available on iOS and Android.
SuperDraft Pro, rated F, UN.
Okay, that's enough. You're done.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of big names involved. I know you saw Kyler Murray. I know you saw Ice Cube there, the big three. You're going to be able to play daily fantasy with the big three. Also, they got NFL. So even if you only do NFL, that's still Thursday, Sunday, Monday. They got college football as well. They got basketball. They did have MLB, so they'll have that again. They're going to get hockey on here soon. They're going to get soccer on here very soon as well. Going to get NASCAR on here, WNBA. Like, they're taking daily fantasy to the next level. So go get on it right now, guys. I put the link in the chat. It's also in the description on my YouTube channel in the video. So, yeah, go check it out, guys. Go get on it. Go get on it right now and get your free lineups in. Really, there's only a couple more hours before game time. All right. Let's see what questions we got in here. So do me a favor, because some of these questions were asked a little bit ago, kind of at the beginning of the show in the middle. If I'm answering a question and you're here live, throw a little comment in just so I know you're in here still rocking with us. Who's been on the show for 100% of the time so I can shout you out? Throw a little 100 emoji in the chat right now, or just a 100%, whatever. Flappy Chappers, what up, bro? And said, do y'all think Ayuk is going to get better as the season goes on? Bought him low just in case he does blow up because he has great talent. We just talked about it a little bit ago, and it's one of those things that we're not banking on right now. I mean, we've seen it. It's going to be random when it happens. So I would just I would hold and not really think about playing him. I think it's going to take an injury to Debo or like something like that to where he gets a little bit more involved like right away. All right. Rushman said 100, bro. There you go. JC Money Design said 100. There you go, bro. Appreciate you guys. Alex Sizzle, what up, bro? Said, who should I pick up on the waiver wire? Van Jefferson, Elijah Moore, full PPR. Also Claypool or Moss for my flex, or one of those two from the waiver wire. I'm going to say Van Jefferson, and I'm going to say Van Jefferson over Moss as well. Actually, hold on.
You know what? I like Moss against the Jags.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's why I'm changing my answer. I will say Moss.
It's a lower ceiling play. Obviously, the Van Jefferson needs one. He get one big catch that goes to the house, and that's pretty much all of what Zach Moss will do for you on a week-to-week basis. But if Zach Moss does fall into the end zone, and this is a game they're probably going to be smacking. They've been pretty good at covering these big giant spreads, the Bills. So and in those games, you look at Zach Moss, those are games that he produced, and it's a floor of 10 points. But I mean, that's something.
He could fall into the end zone twice. I mean, that's like best case scenario. You're hoping he falls in at least once. And Van Jefferson, I mean, it is going to take that one big catch or the one big play or something, but it could happen. That's why I like it.
He has more air yards. He has more air yards than Robert Woods on the team. So there's that.
Oh yeah.
He does have a 14% target market share. It's just how competitive do you think the game against the Titans will be? You know, that there's a lot of variables here where I will take the game script of Moss being able to run on the Jags in a winning effort.
Dang it, Austin. He said, I might jump off a mountain depending upon Lamb's injury. He just didn't practice today. Tomorrow, I mean, that's the time to panic. On the Friday practice, that is, if you got to start panicking on a day, that's when to do it.
Yeah, it's okay to panic. Just don't jump off no mountain. You know, maybe like a curve or something. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know, it's not that serious. You know what I mean? Here's the thing, though, that you do got to worry about is that these jackass Cowboys, man, they said the same thing about Prescott's calf, right? Oh, no, he's fine. He could play right now, and then he misses a game. So him popping up in the middle of the week, ankle, it's a little alarming, but it is just an ankle. It's not a high ankle or.
And there we go. Antonio said just signed up. There you go, bro. Make sure you get in those lineups for tonight. I'm going to go get in mine right after I get off this show, in between this one and then the Q&A that's coming up. Oh, and Tomas snuck in his 100 emoji in there. Shout out to Tomas in Panama, bro. Good looking on hanging out the whole show. All right, let's see. Prince J, what up, bro? Said maybe y'all can help then. Here it goes. Should I start Chubb, Robinson, or Mcnichols? I mean, you got to start Chubb. I mean, you got to start Chubb. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and then if you can, flex Mcnichols.
Yep, and James Robinson didn't practice again today, so tomorrow's show, don't forget, we do this every single weekday. Make sure you guys are tapped in on all the news, 4 p.m. Eastern, every single weekday. All right. Let's see. Second Take Extra. What up, bro? What's going down? I missed that one. Sorry, it slipped through the cracks. All right. And then Nick. Whoa. Nick T. He said someone dropped Gibson in my 12-man. Oh, man. Got to steal him. Hell yeah, bro. Go get him. Jeez.
That's an angry cut if I've ever heard one. Or that's like an O and like 17 or 1-7 or whatever it is, right? And they got bye weeks going on. Like, I'm like, who drops Antonio Gibson?
Yeah, and
it's gotta be a case of the fat thumb, then. You know what I mean? The fat finger.
I mean, if someone legitimately dropped someone on accident and they told me like right away, I would reverse it because that's kind of messed up. If it's a legitimate accident,
yeah.
And we've had that happen, and someone like literally say it right then, and that's the only right thing to do if you're a commissioner. If it's literally an accident and they tell you right away, gotta fix that.
Okay, this actually happened. Someone just picked up Jeremy Mcnichols off the through the last waiver cycle, and then for whatever it is, they also had J.D. McKissick, and then they were making a move. Dropped Mcnichols on accident. And I said, hey, man, no problem. That's like an easy like that's probably the more understandable ones, too. And that might not even be a fat thumb. You just say, oh, shit. Like, you know what I mean?
It's super easy to drop the wrong person in sleeper.
I mean, it's Jay Mcnichols and Jay McKissick, too. So that one's like, you know what I mean? They're right next to each other. And I was like, listen, you don't have to explain it. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing, though, it's not like you get to pick, drop this other person for me. It's like, nope, the move is about to get reversed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only fair way to do it.
Yep.
And Antonio said, I got a trade-off for Odell for Sharp and Mercedes Lewis in a dynasty. I declined it. What do you think? So I'm assuming you'd be getting Odell. They're like trying to give you Odell Beckham. I know you're in the chat still. Throw it in. You mean they're trying to give him to you? I would, as of right now, I guess I'd want Sharp for like dynasty.
I don't know, man. Sharp's been around since 2015. He's just a guy.
That's true. But Odell is definitely just a guy right now too.
Yeah, he's not just a guy. He's the just a guy. You know what I mean?
He's poster boy for just a guy. Yeah. So. Trading away Odell. Okay. Well, I guess I don't like this either way. I guess I would rather just hold. Because Odell, I mean, I don't like Mercedes Lewis. Like, he's nothing. So it's really just trading Odell for Sharp. And if you already have Odell, I think I would rather just hold him and see where he lands.
Mercedes Lewis is a blocking tight end. So every now and then he'll line up to block, roll out into the flat, catch a wide open touchdown in the end zone, right? Like down there in the goal line package. We've seen him do that. Otherwise, yeah, it's just Sharp for OBJ, and you lose that trade even. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we never know where Odell's going to go. And Sharp, he's going to be a thing maybe for a few weeks, you know.
Look at Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley's all banged up, right? I bet you Cole Beasley would be the first one to be like, you know who we need over here? OBJ. You know what I mean? Because he want to win. Cole Beasley want to win so bad. His albums aren't selling. He's like, I need to win.
Yeah, there we go. Antonio said, I'm hoping he'll go somewhere good next year and come back. He's going to go somewhere this year. They're going to cut his ass.
You know what, though? Here's the thing, too. I think if you're OBJ, you need to realize you're not this ex-receiver. You're not the main guy anymore. You're going to be a complementary piece wherever you go.
Yeah.
You're not the guy who gets moved around on the formation. Maybe you're more treated like a gadget guy at this point. Because look at the one big game. The one big game he had in Cleveland against the Cowboys, you know, he had an end around that went like 60 yards to the house. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, you know, they were scheming him up in different ways. And
I got a good question for you.
Yeah.
Sports aside, just men in general, you know, and people in general, we got big egos about certain things. Do you think Odell Beckham, we're guessing right now anyway, it's all speculation. Do you think he could even come to terms with that? Like, you know, throwing his ego aside to be the number 3 piece on a team?
No, because what does his ego make him do most of the time? His ego makes him go, it makes him go get attention somehow. You know, if he's not getting attention positively for his play on the field, he wants that same attention. It's that generation. I hate to say it, but that's just how they are. You know what I mean? They crave and thrive off the attention. Look at it, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The dad's probably done hella interviews since yesterday. You know what I mean? That video, I bet you everyone's been getting him on the podcast. Like,
man, I should hit him up, try to get him on the show, huh?
Saying, right? Like, listen, he wants the attention. You know what I mean? He's the guy that, you know, he was so upset. What did he do? He threw something at the net and it bounced back, hit him in the face, right? Remember that?
Yeah. He kicked the ball or something, and then the net came back and like hit him in the face.
And then and I think it like chipped his tooth even. And then he goes and the next week, and then he proposes to the net. It's like, you know, I don't get that far away from my team. You know what I mean? Because first of all, that's some little boy shit. You know what I mean? We're men over here, bro. You know what I mean? I know it's like I know the league is like openly soft now. You know what I mean? But like for the most part, you know, the coaches and everyone still has that old school mentality. Like, listen, you gotta be rough and tough and have a thick skin around here. You know what I mean?
I'm about to send him a DM and try to get. That'd be funny if we get him on the podcast, get some behind the scenes shit about Odell.
Right? Because you know what, too? Here's another thing. Like, scratch everything that he's been doing. Like recently, I want to bring up the whole schematics of how it's been for him getting to Cleveland. He gets to Cleveland. He didn't play he was injured, so he didn't play no preseason and he didn't do no training camp. He plays for a couple weeks. He has one big game against the Jets on a Monday night, and he was wearing his Rolex on the field. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Because he needs attention, right?
Yep.
And that was the only big game he had that year, because then he ended up, and then it comes out after the year, he said he was playing on a sports hernia. So he gets that fixed, gets surgery, all that. Comes back, then he's playing shitty again. Shitty as in not producing. Then he has the one big game against the Cowboys. The following week, or maybe the following 2 weeks, tears the ACL. So this is, and remember, going into 2020, you didn't have training camp like normal. You didn't have a preseason, so you're still kind of on this opposite page, trying to gain rapport with Baker Mayfield, right? And then guess what? Going into the 2020 season, what is OBJ doing? He's catching passes and training with Cam Newton. He's not somewhere at a high school field with Baker Mayfield working on their timing routes, none of that. He's like, I'm gonna go do all that I should do with Baker, but with Cam Newton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like a lot of people, listen, I get it. OBJ is probably misunderstood. He's probably questionable, as I would say, right? But I mean, this is at the end of the day, you have to be able to separate the two. You know what I mean? This is business. He's not being a professional, and this will never go back to normal. There's no turning back from here. The divorce is on.
Oh yeah. It ain't stopping. Let's see. And I just sent him a DM right now, so that'd be real dope. Let's see if he gets back.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. All right. Rushman and say, yeah, my baby picked up Gallup. And come on, bro, get your ass in there. Yeah, we need him. I got Gallup in a handful of leagues, especially I got him in Stu's league. I've been holding him. He's just been marinating in the IR. I need him. I'm hurting in the flex spots right now.
During the draft season, I would get into places in the draft where I'm at the position to get Michael Gallup or Mike Williams, and I have an equal share of these guys because those were the values. And for the first couple of weeks, I was really hot at all the Michael Gallups I had, and now it's like it's pretty much no different because Mike Williams has been all the way a miss since he was all the way a hit.
Yeah, I can't remember which show we were talking about it on. Might have been JC Money Design, where I mean when Mike Williams was the number 2 receiver, in the league, and everyone like they wanted to hold him. Like that is the perfect time to sell him. Like you gotta sell when they are like that. I mean, being top 3 at any time in any position, like past like maybe the 3rd week. That's really good. You can get full value.
You know who didn't say that about?
Who?
Him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think he ever touched top 3 though in the position.
He got up to number 3 at the running backs at one point, or maybe he might be right. I think no. He was number 3 going into that game in London.
And I guess why the only reason why I didn't want to move him at all is the wide receiver running back dual eligibility. Like, man, like that's just money. Like there's not too many players that are going to be in the top 12 of any position that got that.
I got a handful of corduroy pimping, right?
I got a lot.
There was a couple that I did sell high on because it was just one of those things like, okay, I can't not get CeeDee Lamb here for this. You know what I mean? Or I can't not who was the other one I got? Oh, I got Mike Williams actually for one.
Damn, caught you slipping.
That sucked. Well, someone wanted corduroy for Mike Williams. They were doing it right. They were selling on Mike Williams high, and now corduroy's been more consistent, so they win that trade. But yeah. The reason I have corduroy so much is because we were all on him week 1 when we found out that he was the backup. So he was like within my first waiver wire pickups of the season. How about this too? Another guy that I probably would sell high on right now because I think you got to tell me where he's at in the receivers, but I know he's hella high. It's Debo. Like am I crazy? Is he a top 5 right now?
I think you are crazy for that, but let's go see because I really have no idea. Every time we do this, I'm always shocked by the people that we see here. All right, let's see. Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Debo Samuel.
I told you I wasn't crazy, man. I told you I have 0 Debo, so that's why I didn't know precisely. But I watch the Niner games, and when I don't, that's one of the games I do go and watch the condensed versions immediately on Monday morning. You know what I mean? Because they have it posted up. I go watch that shit, and Debo's just been everything. That's all it is. Debo and like Eli Mitchell.
Yeah, see, it's crazy. Corduroy, he's top 8 running back, and then a top 10 wide receiver right now.
That is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
If I ever saw Corduroy pimping out there in the wild, I would say, "Excuse me, sir, Corduroy. Yeah, can I call you Corduroy? Hey, listen, man, I'm a heterosexual man, but I want to take you out to a steak dinner." Just because he deserves it after 8 years of him swearing he's pimping, bro. He knew he was pimping for 8 years, bro.
Oh man.
Buy
funny.
big dinner.
Yeah, and Rush said Dak to Gallup all day. We need it. We need it.
Mean, Gallup coming back hurts everyone who has CeeDee Lamb right now immediately, because if you have Gallup coming back and he's looking good, he's galloping, pun intended, and then you're like, you know what, CD, you can just sit down this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Shit like that sucks.
I have a ton of Gallup, and it's not like I have CD and Gallup in those leagues. So yeah, let's do that.
When guys pop up late on the list, it on the injury report, you just don't like it. And Austin said, would you start Dan Arnold over Hunter Henry this week?
Yeah,
yeah, I would. I would.
Carolina. I respect Carolina's linebackers and their safeties that are that are going to be guarding the tight end. Then you couple that with the fact that there's two tight ends there, not just Hunter Henry. There's a Jonnu Smith also. So there's that.
It's going to be Dan Arnold to the moon right now over a lot of people, and a lot of it is really just the volume. And like, he got 10 targets
for 4 weeks. For 4 weeks, I've been picking up Dan Arnold and dropping him, picking him up, dropping him, and I finally he finally made it into my lineup, and I'm like, and then I had to even go retrieve him in a couple spots. I did the heart to start super flex. I had to go back and re-grab him because I was like, fuck that, I left him out there last week. I dropped him for Firemouth because someone left him out there for some reason. And but yeah, I was like, I need to hold on to Dan Arnold.
Yeah, you need that volume. And Tomas says, salud, amigos. And let me hear your thoughts, Hustler. Full PPR, 16 Peeps League. Yeah, real deep. Jeremy Mcnichols or Rashad Bateman for the flex. And then he said, what up, Bogard?
What up, man? Shout out to Panama, man. Hey, one of my best friends is Panamanian, bro. And
nice.
Yeah, so I'm very aware of their food and their culture. I fuck with Panama. He always wants me to go there with him too. Anyways, you know what? I like Mcnichols here, man, but Bateman is leading that team in targets ever since he got to that team. And if I would just look if Sammy Watkins is playing, because if he's not, I do want to pick on that Viking secondary with Bateman. And but I think the safer floor and possibly equal upside is with Jeremy Mcnichols.
Yeah, I'm going Mcnichols here. I mean, one of the ways that you can kind of get things going versus the Rams with the pass catching running backs. And I'm assuming that Vrabel is a smart coach. And I know that you got to flip things, you got to flip things all the way on the opposite side of things. Like, you got to turn into a pass first offense. They're probably going to be getting a lot more dump offs, to the running back throughout the game, not just, when they're even if they're winning, they're going to be doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm going Mcnichols, especially this week when Peterson has only been with the team for a couple days. This is the week to play Mcnichols. They're going to this is his real shot to get a hold of the backfield.
I mean, let's be honest. Maybe it takes 2 weeks. Maybe it takes 3 weeks for Adrian Peterson to fully get acclimated. But I do expect Peterson on a week-to-week basis to get 12 to 15 carries. You know what I mean? Not this week, but eventually. Like I said, once he's fully acclimated, I see him getting 12 to 15 carries a game. And meanwhile, we just need Mcnichols to get his 5-6 targets. You know what I mean? And then he's going to get that 8 to possibly 10 carries. You know what I mean? But like you said,
he's going to get more than that as far as he was getting that amount of targets when Henry was playing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, because Adrian Peterson, he has caught the ball before. He doesn't have receiving chops by any means. And
he's caught it once or twice, right? He's caught it once or twice.
Yeah. Even with Washington, he had a couple receiving touchdowns. You know what I mean? And they were down there by the goal line, but still, he was able to catch the ball and turn up a little bit. You know what I mean? When most of the time he's catching the ball on a broken play, on a dump off, and he's just, there's no yak. So Jeremy Mcnichols, I think what they do need to do is have some remnants of him in the run game. That way you don't look one-dimensional when you have him on the field. Because you definitely are going to look one-dimensional with Adrian Peterson out there. And that's why they made a conscious effort to throw the ball to Derrick Henry more. You know what I'm talking about? He already surpassed his receptions from the year prior because they want him to be multifaceted. You know what I mean? And not one-dimensional when you're down there in the goal line and they're like, oh my God, they're going to run it.
And I bet that was one of the things that he was working on in the offseason too. Like, I mean, that's one of his weaknesses, obviously. So let's see.
Yeah, well, Jordan Howard, he tried that one time too.
We don't like to mention Jordan Howard on this show. All right. David Lee from Facebook. He said, which defense you rolling with, Cowboys or the Saints? And I'm going to be going with
Saints.
Yeah. Let's lock them in. More upside there.
They're just a good listen. They might give up some touchdowns to the Falcons. It's not like they're going to pitch a shutout, but at the same time, this is just a really good defense. And then you get Quan Alexander back. You know what I mean? Like, this is a good defense.
They're getting to the quarterback now. They weren't doing that in the beginning, of the season as much. So started off a little slower, but yeah, they're hitting their strides right now. Triple X Lex, start 2. Sharp, Tony, Crowder, Boyd. I'm going to go Boyd and Sharp.
Yeah, I could rock with that. I mean, is he talking about Kadarius Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what? I'm starting to realize I hate Kadarius Tony.
I don't want him.
I'm starting to realize I hate the guy because I played against him in 4 leagues when he had the one big game. And I was laughing watching everybody trying to start him.
Because people are going to chase that for the entire year.
Yeah.
And they still got him projected like he's going to ball out. Like, that's the issue. Like,
Listen, people are still chasing 2019 Russell Gage. People are still chasing 2020 Russell Gage.
And only the first 2 games also.
2 games.
I know he had a couple, but those were his biggest games, were the first 2.
Right?
All right, let's see. Nick, what up? Rolling Sharp or Bateman for the rest of the year? Rest of the year, I'm going Bateman. Really close here, but yeah, I'm going Bateman. All right, and don't forget, if you want your question answered right away, just go ahead and leave a super chat like my man Lee Shakur. What up? What up? Let's get it. Thoughts on David Montgomery and Saquon rest of the season? All right, Saquon or Montgomery rest of the season. Now, normally when I'm doing something like this, I got to go look at the playoff schedules. I got to go see who has more favorable matchups, things like that. If I'm just doing this in a vacuum, I think I'm going Saquon.
Yeah. I mean, we can assume we're getting Saquon after next week, right? After the bye week, he should be back. And I think because after the bye week, that'll be 5 weeks. When's the last time we seen him? 5 weeks now?
It was either week 3 or week 4. I can't remember which one.
It was the game against the Saints.
So that was week.
Oh, I think it was a game against the Cowboys. Either way, it was like a month ago.
If it was the week against the Saints, it was week 4.
Wow. Feels like so long ago. And it's look at that. Look at how long people have been chasing Kadarius Toney now.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping he plays this week because I got to start him in the DX league. I just lost AJ Green.
Yeah, man. Yeah, both leaning Saquon. I mean, both guys are real similar here. I mean, David Montgomery, when he comes back, I mean, they already said he's going to be the primary guy. I mean, there's just,
I like Montgomery, though, because I am aware of Montgomery's schedule the rest of the way, and we do we like it.
Oh, yeah. They both have a bye in week 10. So, like, either way, like, the only advantage you'd have to getting David Montgomery is seems like he's going to play this week. So if he plays this week, you get an extra game out of it. But either way, both guys are on bye in week 10. So it's not like you're getting an advantage like, one guy already had his bye or anything like that.
I'm going to go, in the vacuum, I would go Saquon. But because I'm aware of that Bears schedule the rest of the way, I like the Bears. I'd rather have Montgomery.
And let's see.
That sounds so crazy, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And let's see. Let's see the Giants schedule down the stretch. So
my bad. My phone was hella geeking earlier. That shit was like all the way.
All good. So let's see. So they got the Bucks as soon as they come back, and then they got the Eagles, the Dolphins, the Chargers, the Cowboys, the Eagles again, and the That's funny. The Bears. So the Bears play the Giants in the fantasy championship if you make it all the way there.
And I love that for Montgomery.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I love the Montgomery side there. And here's another thing too. At this point, we pretty much know which run defenses are good or not. We're at the halfway juncture. So it's not fluky anymore. These are past trends. This is what it is. You know what I mean? And you hit the Bucks, you're not going to run on them. You're going to need to rely on them in the passing game. And I just don't trust everything over there with the Giants. I don't trust the play calling. I mean, I don't trust the offensive line. Danny Dumbass is a dumbass. I just, you know what I mean? I'm over it. They're always going to stay in the box. There's no one there. They're going to respect John Ross to take the top off. Oh my God, we got to drop everyone in the coverage. John Ross. Oh shit, they're getting Kenny Gallaudet back. They're like, fuck, stack the box. Fuck those guys.
Yeah, so Montgomery has the better schedule. So we're a little split on that, but yeah, going down the stretch, looks like Montgomery has a better schedule than Saquon. But Saquon comes back. We seen him at his peak, and we're all chasing it.
You know what?
We're all chasing it.
Last time he had a spell like this, where he was gone, he came back and he dominated for you all the way to your playoffs.
Yeah.
So
if that's worth anything, that happened.
That was, but what that's worth is that it was with Danny Dimes in 2019. So there's that.
Yep. All right. And then Antonio said, so happy I picked up Booker for Barkley's backup in Stu's league. Yeah, that's definitely been helping you and keeping you at the top for sure.
Hey, Booker ain't playing, man. Booker is this year's Jamal Williams, because anytime Aaron Jones was out last year, Jamal Williams is going to get 20 touches. You know what I mean? He's not sharing. And in this case, yeah, you had Elijah Penny come out there a little bit, but it's all Booker's show there when there's no Barkley.
All right, let's rapid fire some of these. We're going to be on about 8 more minutes here. And then we got I've got a Q&A coming up in about an hour if you guys want to tap in, getting all your lineups ready for Thursday night. Cali Loco said Giants on bye next week, just pretending to get his check. And Joseph on Facebook, what up, bro? Says Miles Sanders going to even be startable when he comes back. I mean, I would say if you have him and you're hurting, you're going to start him.
I mean, the physical act of pushing the button to confirm and submit him into your lineup, that is possible. Should you do it? No.
Yeah, keep making waiver pickups to where, you'll be able to keep him on your bench. Facebook user, half PPR, Renfro, Devontae Parker, DJ Moore, Mike Williams, start 2. I'm good.
Mike DJ Moore.
Yeah, same for me.
I mean,
I like Renfro and Parker, but I just like the upside more of those two.
Yeah.
Let's see where we at.
The Mike Williams comeback is coming, bro. I swear. Can you feel it? I'm telling you.
And Frank, what up, bro? Monkey knife fight. Oh shit, here we go. And then in capitals, White Mike over under 255.
Take that under.
Yeah, I'm going under. Wentz 245. I'm taking the over. It's gonna be close though.
Well.
Okay. Pittman 75 receiving. I'm banging the over.
I'm okay with what you said. It's 75.
75.
Damn, that's where he hovers around.
Yeah, so it's gonna be close. And
I'm gonna go.
Thanks, Frank. I'm gonna go get my $2 500 times lineup in there right now.
I'm going under. I'm going under on Pittman. I'm going under on the passing yards for both quarterbacks.
There we go. And for everyone who doesn't play on Monkey Knife Fight, what we're talking about right now, make sure you go check it out. It is monkeyknifefight.com, or you can go download the app Monkey Knife Fight and make sure you use the promo code either GMM or Hustler, whichever one of us you're rocking with. All caps. And do this for everyone who's really, really rocking with us. Use either one of our promo codes. Then go get your wife's phone or something like that. Go get signed up there, and you can get a free $100 for every account you sign up for. Deposit that $100, take their free 100 and then throw it down on a couple of these parlays where you get to pick. Well, it's not a parlay. Sorry, I'm not even supposed to use that word. On one of these contests where you pick 10 people, you pick the over under, like what Frank was just talking about right now. You put down $2 and you can turn that $2 into $1,000.
Woo! And you go buy your girl something real nice.
Go get it.
Yeah.
So you can't do the 500 plus contest on the Thursday night games, but I'm doing one right now where it is where I can 40 times my money. So I'm still going to throw down 20 or $2, can turn that into 80.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it. All you got to do.
Might as well throw the dub, turn that into the 800 one time.
I mean, we're getting the free 100 from them. You might as well. So
right.
Go do it. Use the promo code GMM or Hustler. Go do it right now. monkeyknifefight.com or just download the MKF app. Just go check it out in the App Store. Go do it right now.
I know I still got like a couple dollars in my NKF. I haven't really fooled with it just because I just been. Listen, to say that we have our hands full is an understatement.
Oh yeah,
that's why I love doing the show, because I actually get to kick back and it's technically working, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm filling out my lineup right now. So here we go, Frank. So just listen up, because I'm sure this is like the same one that you're in also. And you know what? I'm trusting Bogard on this. We're gonna go under 255 for Mike White, which I said also, but we're going under 245.5 for Carson Wentz. Michael Pittman is 74.5. I'm going the over on this, but Bogart, what'd you say? You said the under?
I like the under because it's a shorter week. Both teams are going to run the ball a lot and shorten the game in general. You know what I mean? I'm assuming they're in Indy, indoors, so we don't have to worry about that.
So you taking Jonathan Taylor then 89.5. You taking over or under on rushing?
I would take the over. I think he's good for like 95 to like 107 yards here.
Now, what about Jamison Crowder? 4.5 receptions. Banging that under?
Is he even going to play? I thought he was banged up. Because we should be in for like a big Elijah Moore game, if I remember correctly, because I think he's hurt. Oh, and Corey Davis too, right? Just what are the status on those guys? Because then four receptions doesn't seem like much, but the fact that they're giving us 4 and not making it 5, because if you gave me 5, I'd probably take the under. I think he's good for 4. You need him to get like 5.
Well, you need him to get 5, so that means take the under.
Well, you said at 4 though, right? It's set at 4.
4.5.
4.5. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, they're smart though, because that's where he's gonna hover around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Crowder's not even on the injury report.
Okay. So
he's gonna play. And then what about Michael Carter? 4.5 on the receptions.
Oh yeah, I like that. Look, we're going over on that.
Yeah, because let me see. What's he been getting?
That's the tricky thing about taking the under on the passing yard.
Yeah, shit. The last 2 weeks, week 7, 9 targets. Week 8, 14 targets. All right, we're banging the over on that one.
Yep. That's how they run the ball. It's through the air. It's short to the running backs. This is the Shanahan system. Like not a finest. It's a poor ripoff. But seeing that's why I worry about the White Mike passing yards too, because it's dependent on these guys taking these short passes the distance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. We're going to knock out some more of these questions, but all right, I'm throwing 5 on it. We'll turn that into 200 real quick.
Yeah.
There we go. And, oh shit. And I didn't even see Marcus Moreno said 100. My bad, bro. Didn't even shout you out earlier. Hopefully you're still on here.
Isn't that your cousin, bro?
No, spell it a little different. And then Seahawks 33. Who do I start? Mike White tonight or Teddy B? I'm going Mike White.
Yeah, you know what? Damn, the Dak's gonna play though, man. This is really, and I actually have this decision to make in the league where I got to stream, and I was like, fuck that, I'm getting Jordan Love, because I was trying to decide between the great White Hope, White Mike, but you know what? I am leaning slightly Teddy B here, because the focal point, I mean, the point of attack is with the tight end. That's how you attack the Cowboys defense. And at least if Teddy B still has his tight end, one of them, I like Teddy B slightly.
Yep. All right, let's see. Frank said playing Carter and Pittman over Waddle and Tony. Worried about the Thursday night games. I mean, I'd be playing them too. I mean, Waddle with Devontae Parker coming back, he's not getting the volume like he was getting, and yeah, sit Tony's ass down.
Yeah, that does suck, huh? Because I'd be forgetting how insignificant Parker was all year because of the injury.
Yeah, definitely. Hops in my cup said, drop Calvin Ridley. I need a roster spot. If you need a roster spot and he's the last one to go, yeah, go ahead and do it. It's going to be tough either way, but not really going to be able to trade him away. Just depends. I'd only drop him if I'm going to pick up someone that I need to start. That's where I'd be coming from it. And Antonio said, Zach Wilson got dropped in one of our dynasty leagues by mistake. What? Not in one of the leagues, one of the Hustler dynasty leagues, or a different one? And Triple X Lex, I never do fantasy moves because I'm stoned, because when I'm stoned, because I'll do some shit like that. That's hilarious. Yeah, can't be messing up.
Hey, real quick with Ridley, right? Once they rule him out, can't you throw him in the IR in most formats?
Yeah. No, I think it's one of those things where he's not on IR.
Yeah, you
so
have
I think
to adjust it. Like I couldn't put, NFL Network or the NFL's joint. It was It's annoying, bro. It wouldn't let me put Aaron Rodgers in the IR.
Yep. Hollywood says, who's your guys' rookie of the year so far?
Chase Young.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Chase Young, I meant Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Jamar Chase. He's setting records out there. I mean,
he literally did already.
Yeah, he slowed himself down in this past week, but it was through 7 games. He had more yards than any NFL receiver in history.
And that's why I'm a little weary of the Michael Pittman thing, because remember a couple weeks ago, someone in the chat actually brought up, they're like, well, the Jets don't really give up booty to the receivers. And I started thinking, well, maybe it's because they give so much booty on against the run that people aren't throwing the ball on them. But then, then you had last week happen, and they're actually not bad against the pass. You know what I mean? So
they did have like 3 receiving touchdowns though.
Okay, they're not giving up the big plays. How about that? They're not giving up the chunk plays. They got them down in the red zone and hit them with a 4-yard pass.
Yeah, they have a decent secondary, but you can run on them so easy. Like, why would you pass on them? I know we're in like a different NBA, but I just think about that. Like, if you can just score easily under the hoop, why would you do that versus shooting threes when it's way less a percentage of shot? Like, same shit. If you can get the easy runs, you're just gonna keep doing that.
Everybody knows style points don't count, but it does to us. You know what I mean? Hey, Steph Curry's like, I'm gonna shoot it from the half court, bro. It's still the same 3 points.
And Cali Loco said, I got Brady on by. Got 3 guys. Pick one. Taylor versus Miami, Mike White, or Fields?
I'd probably go Fields. Just because Fields is usually not an option that's out there. And if he is going to run around, but then Nagy's back. It's Fields or Mike White or White Mike here, but I'm probably going to go Fields here, bro. I think just because of the rushing. That's why I'd go Fields. They're going to let him get loose a little bit, and he's probably going to have to versus their defense. Like, so he's going to have to run. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Austin said, is Bateman useful in a 10-man standard redraft league? Depends on how many bench spots you got, but yeah, for sure. He should be rostered in 10-team leagues.
Yeah. Say you have CeeDee Lamb and he can't play this week. You know what I mean? I'm okay pivoting to a Rashad Bateman. You know what I mean? Like, Bateman's the type of guy. He's leading that team he's leading that team in targets ever since he got the start.
Yep. What up, James? What's going on, bro? Legendary one. Yeah, getting that super sticker in. There we go. Said Mike Davis, Adrian Peterson, Derek Gore. I'm 1-8 and only planning to ruin my coworkers. Yeah, at this point, sometimes that feels really good, like playing playoff spoiler. I'm gonna go Mike Davis.
Yeah.
On this, Adrian Peterson, I want to see it for a week because he literally just came back. But Derek Gore, he's gonna be one of those guys that's gonna be a sneaky play for sure. But I think the Davis workload is gonna be a little bit safer.
He's more of a DFS play, Derek Gore, but it's a ton of fun because if he, how about this? He got 11 touches, right? say he gets 13, and three of them are within the 20. You know what I mean? Like, you know what they did too? As soon as he got hot, they kept him in there. I don't know why back out there again, but yeah, they're really big on him over there. Like, I wouldn't doubt we're gonna get more Derek Gore questions next week if he does good this week.
Yep.
When
couple more questions and we out. James said Arnold or Freiermuth. I'm going Arnold.
I'm gonna go Freiermuth here. I mean, 4 years out. That'll help. I'm gonna go Freiermuth because he looks to him on the third down. Like, ever since Juju's gone, like it's been like night and day. Juju's gone, all the short targets that would go to him were going to Freiermuth on top of his targets he was already getting. It's Eric Ebron. That'll be the splitter right there. If Eric Ebron is playing, I'll lean Dan Arnold.
Yep. And Antonio said that commercial was awesome. Hell yeah, bro. And the platform is awesome as well. So yeah, I know you said you already signed up. Make sure you get on. There's a couple different plans. There's a $20 plan, a $50 plan, and a $100 plan. I'm on the $100 plan because you get into all the highest paying out contests. So I'd hop on that if I was you. It's every 30 days. It's not like the month of November. So if you signed up today for the $100, it goes from today until December 4th. So yeah, get on one of those higher tiers because you're going to get in the highest paying out contests. And the competition is very slim right now because a lot of people aren't on that $100 tier just yet. So yeah, go get in there because we're talking some good money. Triple X Lex, I traded to get T. Higgins for Michael Carter before the Carter blow-up game. Was it a bad trade? Was happy with it until now. I think it's super even. I mean, if you needed a wide receiver, like T. Higgins is going to be a good, solid wide receiver too most of the time. Michael Carter, most of the time, is going to be like a hot running back too. Maybe he flirts with like a low-end running back one on a week-to-week randomly. And let's see, Wale or Whale, Wale. I got Hunt, Swift, Mixon, CMC. Which one could I trade for the best value? You could probably get the best value out of Swift right now. That's what I'd say. Probably Swift is where you can get the best value. And Marcus C, Rams or the Colts defense. This one is pretty close for me. I think I'm going to be going with the shot of the Rams just because, Thursday night we see fluky stuff like happening here and there. So, yeah, a little bit nervous to start the Colts. I mean, they got like Kyrie Willis is out. So, yeah, I think I'm going the Rams on that one. And Richie Green, should I trust playing Michael Carter at the flex over Devontae Parker? I think I would. I think Carter's workload is going to be safe. But remember, public service announcement for everybody today, Thursday, you do not play anybody in your flex, even super flex. Don't do it. Put them as your starter because it doesn't matter who you play in your flex. You could still play the same exact player in your flex that you were going to put as your RB starter. So put Michael Carter at the RB2. Don't play your wide receivers in the flex. Throw them in as your wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, whatever. But fix all that right now. James Mendez with Aaron Rodgers out. QB free agency. I got Mike White and Jimmy G. Which of those two do you start? Damn. This one is tough. Tough.
Who does he need to replace Rodgers? What are the names?
White Mike or Jimmy G?
I'd probably go Hemi, bruh.
Versus the Cardinals.
Jimmy has
home
playing decent against the Cardinals. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, and the last couple times he's played the Cards, he didn't have George Kittle either. So,
yeah.
I'm just saying. You know me, I'll be joking all week. I love the Great White Hope. It's just a short week, and a lot of people. This Matt Eberflus, they're hip to it. They're hip to what to expect. So I'm tempering my expectations.
Yep, and we've already seen these Thursday night games, that could be real low scoring games. So yeah, I'm leaning on that Jimmy G train as well over White Mike. And Big Kong, Mike White, Tyrod Taylor, Jordan Love, Matt Ryan, pick one. I'm going Jordan Love out of these guys here.
I'm going Jordan Love too, man. Let's do it.
Everyone's kind of middle of the road here anyways. I think he's got the most upside, and he's got the best weapon out of all of them put together, Devontae Adams.
And then the second best weapon, Aaron Jones, also catches the ball, and they are gonna incorporate a lot of checking it down to the running backs and shit like that. So
yep,
I do all the work for Jordan Love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be awesome. All right, JC Money Design, Moore and Ty are gonna Moore, Carter, and Ty are all gonna ball. I'm hoping for it, bro.
Listen, that linebacker core, that's the only thing that trumps it all. You know what the Bengals were trying to do most of the time last week? They were trying to pass rush. So then, there was clear lanes behind that pass rush for the running backs to get away, with the ball in the air. You know what I mean? This linebacker core is going to close in on that. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm like, we really got to see some phenomenal yak tonight.
And Legendary One said, bro, Mike Davis has been doo-doo thanks to Patterson. Yeah, but as long as they don't have Ridley, Mike Davis is going to be one of those guys getting catches as well. He had 6 targets last week compared to Corduroy's 5.
Yeah, and then there's another look at the other game. So now we have a 2-game sample size without Ridley. The other game goes back to London, and he had
week 5 where he had 5 targets.
There it is.
So yeah, I'm saying like he's been booty until now. Trust me, I have him in a couple spots. I know, but as long as Ridley's out, he's going to be a big part of that offense. And Antonio said, you think Simeon starts this week? As of now, I think it's going to be Taysom Hill. He got into full practice today. Triple X. Go ahead.
I listen. I won't be surprised. I wouldn't put money on it, but I say there's like a 40% chance. Now let's say 30% chance that is Trevor Cinnamon, and then Taysom Hill's doing his Taysom Hill role.
Yeah,
like because he's coming back late in the week. Very in full, etc.
That'd be crazy. We shall see. Triple X Lex, will Crowder have a good game tonight? Wonder if I should start him over Boyd, Mooney, or Ayuk. I don't think.
I'd rather play Mooney.
Yeah, me too.
Higher upside. I mean, listen, what we're expecting out of Jamison Crowder is to just not have to have lower than 10 points, right? Because that's what he gives you. 4.60 or 4 receptions, 60 yards, or vice versa, 40 yards, 6 receptions. If he can get in the end zone, word, but I'm not banking on that.
Yeah, I'm going Mooney. I mean, this past week, they had the exact same amount of targets, but yeah, I trust Mooney to be the leading target getter on his team, and Crowder wasn't even that last week. That was Michael Carter. And JC Money Design said Jordan Love can't hit the broadside of a barn. If Devontae Adams running those routes and he's within 10 yards of the line and he's getting the yak, that's all we need. Some Aaron Jones little dump offs. He's got to throw it a foot or two. That's all we're hoping for with Jordan Love and touchdowns as well.
Listen, Jordan, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be ugly. It's fantasy though.
Yeah.
So, listen, I think if he can go out there and have a Jalen Hurts-esque performance, we'll be happy.
Yep.
Uglier the better.
And Antonio said, I just picked him up in WWF 1. Hope he starts. Hey, well, better to pick him up now, just in case. You never know. Brock said, sup, fellas, you trading Amari and Moss for Terry? I wouldn't. And then Godwin for Keenan. Nah, I'm holding.
Godwin for Keenan, like to bring over Keenan? This is probably a question now because he needs someone to plug in now, and Godwin's on the bye week. So I get that. But nah,
if that's the reason, because you literally have no one else to start and that's on there, yeah,
then do what you got to do. But I wouldn't do that. I like having Godwin, and with the Herbert noise, you go week to week on your opinions, right? We have to. So right now, my opinion is worrisome when it comes to Herbert having this right hand injury on his, and that's where he throws the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Hops in my cup. Is Miles Sanders worth a pickup? He's on waivers in my half PPR league. I mean, if you got an extra spot, I mean, you're stashing him.
If you have an IR spot, drop your kicker or whatever it is, go swoop up Miles Sanders, throw him in your IR, and then go pick up another kicker.
There you go. Charter, any news on Calvin Ridley? Not as of yet. Prince J, Chubb, Mcnichols, J-Rob to start. Chubb, we said earlier. And Patty said, thoughts on Michael Carter tonight? I think you got to fire him up. Yeah. I think he's going to be at least an RB2.
And just make sure you put him in your regular running back spot. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And yes, even though he is technically a flex, it's Thursday, so put him in the RB.
Yep. And then Prince J, Schultz or Goddard? I'm going Goddard.
I don't know if Blake Jarwin. Damn, I like Justin Simmons. I respect him. He was drafted to Broncos to be a Kelsey, like to someone that can handle Kelsey, perhaps. I'm gonna go with you. I'm with you. No Schultz.
There we go. And last one here, Antonio. One for the flex. Gallaudet, Connor, or Gage? I'm going Connor.
Yeah, Connor. Dang, I just realized. Wait a second.
Or Kirk. Or Kirk if I can add him, he said.
Ooh, Kirk? Well, yeah, there might not be any there's no AJ Green, so that becomes immediately interesting. And then if there's no DeAndre Hopkins for the off camp, this is another one to come back Saturday or even tomorrow.
Yeah. He said, or Kirk if I can add him. So you better figure out how to add him right now.
Yeah.
And well, last one since Charter's in the Patreon crew. Any news on Kittle? Just that he's practicing. We don't know if he's coming back officially just yet. Got to tap in tomorrow.
He hasn't been activated off the IR yet, so there's that. So
yeah,
he's definitely not playing this week, even if he got into full practice tomorrow. Like they would have to activate him tomorrow. You know what I mean?
So make sure you tap back in tomorrow. And Prince J, thoughts on Mcnichols? For me, I think he's going to be leading the team in. I think he's going to be leading the team in touches as far as like the running backs go, and going to get a bunch through the air. I think 5+ targets through the air.
Saying it, he's going to lead this week. He's going to lead that team in receptions.
Yeah, could be. Peace out, Antonio. Peace. And Patty, start 2. Amari Cooper, Parker, Emmanuel Sanders. I'm sitting down. As of today, I'm sitting down Emmanuel Sanders. Could change.
Oh, yeah. Well, they said it was a rest day.
Well, I mean, I think Amari Cooper is going to play.
Yeah.
That's what I think. So, yeah, Friday is going to make or break my answer on this. So make sure you come back tomorrow or Saturday for one of the extra ones. There we go. Prince J said, thanks, y'all. Hell yeah. Prince J said, smoke a bowl. Let's get it. We'll do that on the way out here. And JC Money Design said, Mcnichols is the truth. Don't look back. Hell yeah. You already know I've been all over him this entire season, even when Henry was there. And Bogart can attest to that. He saw me starting him as an RB2 in some leagues where I was really hurting. So heat up my herb iron here. We're going to get a bowl on the way out. Bogart's still running his daddy daycare over there. But success. Got one of them to sleep, or we got both of them to sleep, I believe. So right on cue, our sports talk puts his kids to sleep. That's still hilarious to me. All right, let's get it here. Here we go. Shout out to the 420 crew. Where's the 420 crew at?
So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with smoking weed. Weed is from the herb. God put this here for me and you. Take advantage, man.
Don't give me that shit about it's a drug. It ain't no motherfucking drug. I done the research. It's just a plant. It just grows like that. And if you just happen to set it on fire, there are some effects.
All right, guys. We are out of here. Francisco said, you doing a Q&A today or everything going to be here? We're doing it in about an hour, a little bit. About an hour. JC Money Design said, set your free lineups, Huss. I'm going to go do that right now, bro. I'm not forgetting. See you guys back here in about an hour. Peace out, everybody.